I just wanted to check on Panarin. Is he available today?
Yes.
How's everything as goalie?
Shesty.
Mike, just
Go ahead.
all you.
I just wanted to ask, like, when you know that, it's not just here, but I mean, it's here, that scoring has been the problem. I don't want to call it a problem. It's been the constant work in progress here to score, to get the puck in the net. The game looks similar that you're playing for the most part, but the scoring. What's the challenge then from a coaching perspective? Because that is literally the one thing you can't do for them is like put the puck in the net, you know?
Yeah, so we just look at ways where we can try to bring some solutions to the table for them. You know, we try to, tactically, is there anything we can do to help them as far as creating more opportunities to score or more quality looks or whatever it may be. You know, and once again, if it's the scoring's been a challenge, just drawing on my own experience over the years, that, you know, part of the solution is always to simplify. You know, shoot the puck, get inside, get people at the net, make the goalie sight lines difficult, make the goaltender's job difficult by having traffic at the net front, creating opportunities off the shot, things of that nature. You know, when the types of opportunities present themselves, you know, whether it be a 2-on-1 chance off the rush or things of that nature, they get into grade A circumstances, you know, then it's, I think the player's part is to work through that just with respect to execution and trying to bear down and trying to finish. And, you know, once again, I think confidence has a lot to do with it and with execution. And when you score a couple of goals, it certainly helps everybody's confidence, and it tends to help players play the game in a more instinctive mindset, you know, where they're not applying conscious thought. They're just, you know, they're reacting out there, and that's when they're all at their best. And so that's the challenge that we're working through.
Do you see enough willingness to shoot, to go to the net? Are you comfortable with what you're seeing so far, or do you need more?
No, I think we're doing better. I think we're doing a better job. I certainly think our intentions are the right spot. I do think we can bring a little more consistency to it, and we're trying to encourage the guys and show the guys examples of what we mean.
With Perreault, last time he was here, you said you wanted him playing a top six role. So I was just wondering, what are the benefits to having him on that third line with Lava and Radish last time?
So our observation when we had him up the last time was it was a really difficult task. You know, one of the in our thought process was when we put him right up into the top six, is we understand the type of player that he is, and we're trying to put him in a position to be successful. He's an offensive player with good offensive instincts, and so our intention was to put him with our best offensive people, and that's what we did. The flip side of that is you're going to play against the opponent's top players. You're going to get the top defense pair. You're going to get, you know, the very best players that you're playing against. And so, you know, this time around we thought more in terms of, you know, would it make sense for Gabe if we put him around some different people, and maybe he doesn't get the top defense pair, and it gives him an opportunity to act on his instincts and do his thing that way, and then we'll watch and we'll see if there's an opportunity to move him up. We'll move him up based on what we see and how he evolves. And so that's part of the thought process that's gone into what we've done to this point with Gabe, and we'll watch him moving forward. And so, you know, my whole thing is I don't want the player to be overwhelmed, and we're trying to watch for that and to see how he does. And if we don't think he is, but you know, we will certainly move him up the lineup as soon as we think that he's ready for it and prepared for it, and it helps our team. It helps our team also. So that's part of the thought process, and you know, I just think it's part of the overall development of a young player in trying to help that player emerge in a most expeditious fashion. You know, I know everybody wants to just plop them right into the first line and say, let's go. But, you know, my experience has certainly been that it's not as easy as that. And so we're trying to help him through that process.
Is it also for him to, like, if he plays with Lava versus playing with Mika or JT, there's less of a feeling for a young player to defer to those guys? Like, he's got a rookie with him.
Yes.
Why would he defer to him?
Yes.
Right.
Right, and there's also less pressure. When you're playing with the top players, that comes a lot comes with that, and so I think without a doubt, I think there would be less of an inclination to defer, and we just want Gabe to be the player that that we know he's capable of being and playing his game, and so we're trying to put him in the best possible positions to do that, and then we'll watch, and if we think it's appropriate to move him up in a bigger, higher role, we'll do that. We're ready to do that. It's just a matter of watching him evolve and see where it goes, and then try to make the best decisions for both him and the team.
I guess in talking about all this stuff, honestly, it's your first change of scenery in quite some time, and we're almost halfway through the season. Is there anything that you feel yourself, like you're learning as a coach in a different way, being with a new group? Like, do you feel anything about you stylistically changing with this new team?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
Like, coaches always talk about how they have to evolve and change, each year, and you're with a new team for the first time in a long time. Is there anything that you felt has changed with this new group yourself?
Oh, for sure. I think coaches evolve constantly all the time anyway, regardless of where they're at, or my experience so far in New York has been great with these players, and we've had our ups and downs, and it's a competitive league, and that's the reality of where we're at. But I really enjoy this group. I think there isn't a day that goes by that our coaching staff doesn't look at itself, and me in particular, looking at how can I do a better job coaching these guys? What can I bring to the table to try to help this group have success and move the team forward? So that's just part of the process, and I don't think I'm any different than a lot of coaches in the league with respect to that. I just think that's the evolution.
I think this is the 10th game for Fox to miss, I'm pretty sure. Where is he at with his recovery?
He's back on the ice. He's in a non-contact jersey right now. The next step, the final step, would be to put him in full contact. I wouldn't anticipate that being very long. I think that will happen fairly soon, and then once he gets in that full contact capacity, that's when that status will change to day to day.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mike.